The path ended without warning. One step, there was solid ground beneath Elior's feet. The next, there was water not cold not warm. Just the endless. Elior gasped as he fell, but instead of sinking, he drifted. The sea cradled him gently, lifting him to the surface as though it had been expecting him all along. He floated there on his back, staring up at a sky the colour of deep midnight blue. There were no stars no moon. Only a soft, ambient glow that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Loon stood nearby, somehow walking on the water as though it were firm ground. The fox's paws made no sound, only gentle ripples spreading outward. "This is the sea with no horizon," the fox said, its voice calm and steady amidst the vast quiet. "A world without edges." Elior turned slowly, his body buoyant and light. He scanned the water in every direction. There was nothing. No shore, no land, no boundary. He could not tell where he was. He could not tell where he was going. The concept of direction itself seemed to have dissolved into the deep blue water. "How do we cross it?" he asked, his voice a small sound in the immense space. Loon's reflection rippled, the fox's form wavering in the water. "You don't," the fox said simply. "You let it carry you." As if on cue, the water beneath Elior shifted, forming a slow, deliberate current. He felt himself drifting not forward, not backward, but inward. It was a strange sensation, as if the journey wasn't across a distance, but deeper into a state of being. And then sounds emerged from the sea. They were soft, almost imperceptible at first, a distant heartbeat, thrumming with a slow, ancient rhythm, a sigh, long and melancholic. The faint echo of footsteps on wet stone. A memory from a place he'd never been. Faces appeared beneath the surface, faint, blurred, as though seen through frosted glass. They were ephemeral, like watercolor paintings dissolving in the water. Some of them smiled with a gentle sadness, some wept silent tears that mingled with the sea, some simply watched, their expressions unreadable, their gaze passing right through him. Elior felt a familiar tightness in his chest, a knot of anxiety that he knew all too well. "What are they?" he whispered, afraid to disturb the silent audience below. "Fears," Loon said, its gaze fixed on the water. "Not the sharp ones, the ones that make you scream. These are the quiet ones. The ones that live in the back of your mind." The water around him darkened slightly, the midnight blue deepening to near black. A shape began to rise from below, not threatening, but vast and overwhelming. Its outline was soft, undefined, like a shadow made of mist or a cloud of ink suspended in the deep. To gentle lights glowed where its eyes might have been, watching him without judgment. It did not speak, it did not move toward them, it simply was. Its presence filling the endless sea. Elior's breath quickened, his heart hammered against his ribs. "I don't like this place," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "That means it is working," Loon replied, its tone reassuring. The current slowed, and the boat seemed to hold its breath. The shape beneath the water grew clearer, more defined, and as it did, Elior saw images forming within its misty form. They were his own memories. Moments he had tried to forget. He saw moments when he had hesitated, when fear had held his tongue. He saw the times he had stayed silent when he desperately wanted to speak, the words dissolving before they could form. He saw dreams he had carefully folded away and hidden because they felt too big, too bright, too impossible. The water pressed gently against his ears, muffling the world, as though the sea itself was leaning in to listen to his deepest secrets. And in that moment, a sense of peace began to settle over him. These weren't monsters to be fought. They were parts of him. "You don't have to hide," Elior said softly. He wasn't sure if he was speaking to the sea, to the shape below, or to himself. The words hung in the air, a quiet declaration. He let his arms drift outward, fully surrendering to the water's embrace. A warmth spread through the sea, chasing away the chill of his fear. The shape beneath the surface faded, dissolving into countless ripples that spread outward in slow, endless circles until they disappeared. The sea seemed to hum, a low, contented sound. Elior felt lighter, as if a great weight had been lifted from his soul. The current shifted again, its pull gentle but firm, guiding him toward something ahead, though there was still no ahead to see. Gradually, a structure emerged from the water, taking form out of the blue haze. It was a boat. Small, wooden, and beautifully simple. It waited for him, perfectly still upon the placid surface. Loon stepped onto it gracefully, its weight barely making the boat rock. The fox then looked back at Elior, its gaze soft. "This is as far as I go," the fox said. Elior's heart dropped. He felt a pang of a new kind of fear, the fear of being alone. "You're not coming with me," Loon's eyes were kind, filled with an ancient understanding. "Some paths must be walked alone," the fox said, "but I will not be far. Remember what you have learned here." Hesitantly, Elior swam to the boat and climbed in. The wood was smooth and cool beneath his hands. The moment he sat down, the sea stilled completely, becoming a perfect mirror reflecting the starless sky. And then, the boat began to move on its own, propelled by an unseen force. It moved slowly, gently, gliding through the endless blue. Elior lay back, resting his head against the bottom of the boat. He watched the soft glow of the sky as the gentle rocking guided his breathing. In, out, the glow of the sea began to dim. The sounds faded away into a profound silence. And as the boat drifted deeper into the quiet heart of the sea, Elior felt the presence again, the ancient one that had been stirring in the depths. This time it was closer. Not as a shadow of fear, but as a companion in the stillness, a silent witness to his journey onward. The sea had no horizon, but for the first time, Elior felt he knew exactly where he was going.